A French Rafale fighter jet, easily defeated by China's J-10 in actual combat, somehow managed to soundly beat America's F-35 stealth fighter during NATO exercises, even prompting U.S. think tanks to recommend abandoning this most expensive weapons program in history. What's really going on here? Is the F-35 truly that inadequate, or have the rules of modern aerial warfare fundamentally shifted? Let's delve into this dramatic aerial showdown to uncover the hidden truths behind equipment performance, tactical systems, and military revolution. First, we must understand the context of this high-profile Rafale vs. F-35 confrontation. NATO's Trident Juncture 2025 exercise held in Finland in June 2025. During this exercise focused on 4th and 5th generation fighter coordination, the French Air Force's Rafale successfully locked onto and shot down a US F-35, a stealth fighter, in a simulated dogfight. The French Air Force even publicly released video evidence showing the Rafale precisely locking onto the F-35 via its infrared search and track system, and simulating a missile launch to shoot it down. This outcome immediately sparked heated discussion among global military observers, as it represented a clear demonstration of superiority by a 4.5 generation fighter, costing roughly half the price of the F-35, against the 5th generation stealth fighter touted as the air supremacy champion. The Rafale's ability to dominate the F-35 in close-range combat stems fundamentally from their differing design philosophies. As a 4.5 generation fighter, the Rafale boasts exceptional maneuverability, featuring canard wings and a delta wing configuration that granted exceptional agility during low-speed turns. Combined with its Spectra electronic warfare system, it can effectively jam enemy radar. The F-35, however, was designed with a focus on medium to long-range operations, relying on stealth and sensor superiority to strike before detection. Consequently, it lacks an edge in close-range maneuverable combat. Its low thrust-to-weight ratio and large turning radius make it vulnerable to being outmaneuvered by more agile fighters in dogfights. This isn't the first time the Rafale has outperformed American stealth fighters in exercises. Years ago during UAE drills, the Rafale gained the upper hand against the F-22, though the final tally was 1-5. Certain inherent flaws of the F-35 were laid bare during this exercise. The F-35's nickname, Fat Electric, isn't without reason. Its excessively thick airframe severely compromises aerodynamic design, resulting in maneuverability inferior to some third-generation fighters. More critically, as a single-engine aircraft with an extremely high bypass ratio, the F-35's sole engine cannot generate sufficient thrust to deliver adequate agility and burst performance at its 32-ton maximum takeoff weight, akin to a small horse pulling a heavy cart. Even more concerning is the F-35's inability to sustain supersonic flight for extended periods. Exceeding Mach 1 for over a minute damages its numerous tail antennas and stealth coatings. This flaw prevents prolonged complex maneuvers, leaving the F-35 vulnerable if engaged in close combat for too long. However, dismissing the F-35's value entirely based on these limitations would be overly simplistic. After all, under real combat conditions, the F-35 still possesses advantages the Rafale cannot match. First is its stealth capability, enabling the F-35 to lock onto targets at long range and launch missiles undetected by the enemy. Second is its system of systems combat capability. As a flying platform, the F-35 possesses an exceptionally high ceiling for air combat. When deployed in large formations, it can achieve system of systems warfare. What truly merits reflection is the recent combat defeat of the Rafale by China's J-10. In May 2025, during the Indo-Pakistani border conflict, Pakistan Air Force J-10 fighters deployed PL-15E missiles to shoot down multiple Indian aircraft at long range, including several Rafales. Pakistan's defense minister confirmed that J-10 fighters successfully shot down 3 Rafale, Su-30MKI, and MiG-29 aircraft. While Pakistan suffered 0 losses, the PL-15 missiles' performance advantages were fully demonstrated in this conflict. The PL-15E achieved a combat range of 181.5 kilometers, exceeding its stated specification of 145 kilometers by 25%. It employs the world's first dual-pulse solid rocket motor technology, effectively equipping the missile with a 2-stage throttle. The first stage propulsion achieves high-speed penetration, the mid-course glide saves fuel, and the final stage ray ignition accelerates to Mach 4 to 6, creating an inescapable zone that leaves enemy aircraft with no hope of evasion. Its seeker is equipped with an active phased array radar, featuring a core composed of 192 independent T are modules that actively scan targets and intelligently filter signals, even during the missile's terminal approach phase. This system not only counteracts chaff clouds released by aircraft but also filters out clutter amidst complex terrain echoes at low altitudes. India confirmed the intercept altitude was merely 200 to 300 meters, a recognized dead zone for radar-guided weapons. Yet the PL-15's algorithms penetrated the jamming to achieve a precise hit. This confrontation also underscored the critical importance of modern air combat systems. Despite India's Air Force operating advanced fighters, like the Rafale and Su-30, its command chain remains outdated, reliant on ground-based radars, lacking comprehensive early warning aircraft coverage, and lacking effective missile launch relay systems. Pakistan, though operating fewer aircraft, has built a compact air combat network through China-supplied ZDK-03 early warning aircraft and data links. J-10C fighters, supported by these AWBs, launched preemptive strikes. Leveraging the PL-15's high-speed advantage, Indian Rafales were unable to evade. This integrated operational approach has amplified the PL-15's effectiveness. The Pakistani Air Force demonstrated a seamless closed-loop system during the Indo-Pakistani conflict. ZDK-03 early warning aircraft transmitted target dynamics via frequency-hopping spread spectrum data links, switching frequencies every 0.2 microseconds to direct J-10C fighters in silent kills. Turning to the F-35, its disadvantages compared to other fifth-generation fighters, especially China's J-20, may prove more fatal. The F-35 replaces the F-16's niche, not the F-22's. It struggles to gain an advantage against advanced fifth-generation fighters. First is stealth capability. The J-20's stealth performance significantly outperforms the F-35. The F-35's thicker airframe not only compromises aerodynamic design, but also increases its radar cross-section. Second, high altitude, high-speed performance. The J-20 holds a clear advantage here, enabling faster battlefield arrival and engagement to execute hit-and-run tactics. The F-35's maximum speed is only Mach 1.6, and it cannot sustain supersonic cruise for more than 1 minute. Third, maneuverability. Nearly all conventional third, fourth, and fifth-generation fighters outperform the F-35 in this regard, particularly in the supersonic range. Finally, weaponry. The PL-15 missiles carried by the J-20 have a maximum range exceeding 200 kilometers, while the most advanced AIM-120D missiles, currently in U.S. service, have a maximum range of only 160 kilometers, representing a clear generational gap. The U.S. is urgently accelerating the AIM-260 missile program to close the technological gap with the PL-15, but China has already advanced the PL-17 with a range exceeding 300 kilometers. From the perspective of overall U.S. defense force development, replacing F-16 fighters with F-35s holds certain value. However, deploying F-35s against China's fifth-generation fighters would place them at a significant disadvantage. The U.S. think tank Center for Strategic and Budgetary Assessments has even recommended that America abandon F-35 procurement and instead invest in longer-range stealth weapons, particularly unmanned aerial vehicles. Considering budgetary pressures, CSB's report suggests the U.S. military could close bases, reduce personnel benefits, and cut modern weapon programs like the F-35 fighter or even aircraft carriers to free up funds for developing new weapons. Collectively, the Rafale's simulated downing of the F-35 during exercises and the J-10C's operational victory over the Rafale reveal profound shifts in modern air combat doctrine. The dominance of individual weapon systems is yielding to integrated combat capabilities. Stealth technology is not omnipotent. Medium to long-range missiles are increasingly critical, and low-cost fighters, when supported by appropriate systems, can pose threats to high-end platforms. The F-35 is not without merit, but it remains a highly specialized platform with distinct strengths and weaknesses, requiring specific system support to maximize its effectiveness. For China's defense industry, the successful performance of the J-10C and PL series missiles not only enhances international reputation, but also demonstrates significant progress in China's air combat system development. Future warfare will rely increasingly on coordinated operations within information systems. Whoever masters rapid, accurate information chains will seize the initiative.